Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's the Four Fills back again with another YouTube video. Now we're going to be doing another reaction video today. Now this is to 2XKO. If you guys don't know what 2XKO is, formerly known as Project L, which was a placeholder name for a while. But this is a League of Legends fighting game, which is actually making its debut. It's going to be coming out. I believe this is Riot's first fighting game ever. And yeah, I've been excited for it, man. A lot of people haven't been liking a lot of the modern fighting games these days, but this game is looking pretty different. It's looking unique. It's got its own style. It's League of Legends. I don't know anything about League of Legends at all, but there's been gameplay on the game. You know, they've talked about the game a lot as well, and from the looks of things, this game looks very interesting, and it's definitely something I want to test out and get my hands on as early as possible. Now, this video is from the 2XKO channel, and it's called What is 2XKO Alpha Lab? This is a dev Q&A with Sajam, who of course is a very well-known member of the fighting game community. So we're going to dive deep into this. Let me take this alert off the screen real quick. There we go. And we're going to dive deep into this and just see what this is talking about, man. Any new news that I'm not aware of the game, I want to know about. So what is 2XKO Alpha Lab? Let's see what type of questions there are for the devs to do. Let's go.
Games. I snuck in here. I've been in. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Riot Games. I snuck in here. I've been invited to chat with two very lovely people, of course, Tom and Sean, about something very special today. I'm not exactly sure what's happening. They just told me to come in here, you know, hang out, play some video games.
This game looks beautiful, though.
We're here to talk about our first
this game looks pretty.
This year. It's going to be in August, calling it Alpha Lab. This is
playtest in August.
The next step.
By the way, by the time you're watching this video, if you're not aware, you are able to register for a playtest, whether you're on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, whatever it is, you are able to register on a playtest. Matter of fact, I'll leave a link down below in my description for the link to the registration if you guys are looking forward to play this game early. So yeah, make sure you guys check out for that.
And building this game together with players. And so this is going to be a very early version of sort of our first draft of the whole game, not just core gameplay.
So it's not just
whole game,
the two characters on screen hitting each other and then the assist coming in and stuff like this, but the actual around that, playing online against other human beings.
Yeah, exactly. So it's going to be an online play test. Offline play is there, but it won't be in this test. And you'll be able to play from at home, PC or Xbox or PlayStation 5. But the whole experience of like how you get into the game, what are the things to do other than fight? We have some great ideas and we put them together in a little package. And so it's gonna be a little jank, but that's kind of the point. It's important that we hear your voice at an early enough stage where we can actually make changes.
Yeah, and I get the sense that this is really just the bones of it, right? Like the gameplay is there for everybody to mash on and have a good time. But
I really want to see what the tutorials like, the training mode is like as well.
In the game, like how you play against other humans, what the UX and UI and stuff like that looks like, all these other features around the game besides like I'm playing and hitting another character on the screen. So when people get a chance to play this at home, what kind of feedback are you looking for? You're not just looking for, I'm the EVO champion and the frame data on this needs to be different. You know, you're looking for everything, right? Like I went to play against my friend and it was hard to figure out how to play against them, or like, you know, these kinds of things. Like, what are you looking for and what kind of feedback is helpful for you?
Yeah, exactly. This is our first draft of like sort of the whole game loop, right? So how you get into the game, how do you like play with your friends?
I also want to say, bro, this character select screen, the way the characters go in, the interface, this is clean. This is clean, man.
The whole game loop.
This is clean. I'm going to try not to pause too much because the video is 14
play
minutes.
with your friends.
But this is
trying
clean.
Some things that are, you know, some things that are conventional will be familiar to you, some things that are new. And we want to get your feedback on how it's all holding together. What's your wish list? Like based on what you're seeing, like what's missing?
Tag me in.
Yeah. Sean, tell us about the kind of cool things that we're looking for.
Yeah.
To Tom's point, and kind of to your earlier point, this is really early, right? And so when it comes to the type of feedback we want, we really do want to hear everything. Even like the push the glasses up, like actually that stuff's helpful. Yeah. You know, the larger
Hold
parts
on a second.
Even
I'm so
like
sorry. Drills. So I'm guessing this is in the tutorial mode or training mode. I'm guessing tutorial since it said drills and then, yep, dash 2 out of 3, jump 3 out. Yeah, okay. So this is sort of like a tutorial thing. Okay.
The push the glasses up, like actually that stuff's helpful. Yeah. You know, the larger parts of the game, the around game, even though it's very early, we want to hear about it.
Yeah, I get the sense you guys have direction. Like this is what we're thinking about doing. So you know, it seems like feedback of like whether you think that's a cool place to go or not is good. And to your point that Tom just mentioned, it's not just, oh, this is all the stuff in the game, this is what I like about this, but things that are missing. If you're like, oh, I really wish this feature was in the game, right? Maybe you guys are already planning it, but maybe it's something you weren't thinking about and it might be useful, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, we're long-time fighting game players, and we just want to make a better future.
Yeah, a lot of the
And this is,
people,
like,
the
first
devs
step
that
there,
made
and
this
it's the
game are
first-
long-time fighting
first
game
step of many
players.
with players in
And,
this capacity where people can.
I
take
heard
it
they're
home
very
and play
inspired
with
by
it.
All right,
Marvel
so this test
games.
is coming out. People are gonna get a chance to play it. So when I
Marvel
boot
fighting
up the
games,
video
that is.
game, if I get in, when I boot up the video game and it's time to play, like what do I have my hands on?
First and foremost, you know, we're going to let people that get in be able to invite one other player to come in and play the game, which is really exciting.
Oh.
So, you know, you get in there with a friend. You're going to see the champions that we've seen so far
Okay.
up through.
That's pretty
with
cool.
Japan and Combo Breaker.
Even if you don't
But,
get a
there's
code,
gonna
your
be
friend
a
might have one and you can
champion,
get in.
to try out. And so you'll see things like, you know, Ari, who will have a little bit of an updated kit, a little bit easier to play, but still have that ceiling. You'll see other things like we'll have a new fuse.
Yo, these
called a
colors.
Pulse Fuse, which is the recommended way to play it. It makes it much easier and get to the fun
These
more quickly.
colors.
As well as some changes based on feedback we've heard around how long combos are. So we're reducing some of the outliers, and also we're upping some of the special damage and early combo damage to just make matches go a little bit more quickly.
Every time I see you two, they're like, yeah, you know, last time you guys mentioned this. It's basically been like every time I talk to somebody on the team, it's like, you know, you guys mentioned this last time, and in this build, this is new. So tell me what you think about it, right? It's been almost always universally, hey, some change or something that somebody mentioned last time is like in this version. So I'm sure the same kind of thing will happen. But I wanted to touch on this fuse that you were talking about a second ago. What's this new fuse situation like?
Our aspiration for this game is to make a game that's really fun right away, both for experienced players and like whatever your skill level like with fighting games. If you're brand new, if maybe like you played a lot of fighting games but you haven't played this kind of tag fighter, or if like you're, you know, really into tag fighters, like no matter what your background, we want you to have fun right away.
And so we try a lot of things, and one of the things we land on is this Pulse Fuse. And the way it works is you can mash light, medium, or heavy, and it will lead you into an auto combo.
Right.
And so just mashing light, this is what you get.
This is pretty much like Melty Blood. If you haven't played Melty Blood, the new one, Melty Blood Type Lumina, it's pretty much how the combo system works. If you press light, it does the all combo. If you play medium, it does the all combo, heavy. But you can also do light, medium, heavy, or like medium, heavy, light. You can mix it up and it does like different versions of that.
Perfect.
And so,
Which
you
I
know,
don't
it's
mind.
great. And
The
if you mash
combos in Melty Blood are actually very fun to do.
medium, you know, you get this.
Yeah, that's the medium version.
Yeah, and spend some meter and it'll go into a super. And if you mash heavy,
Okay.
it goes right into your ult. Of
Oh,
course, you need to
okay,
have
these
your
one
meter,
go
you
into-
know,
it goes
to
into
go
supers.
ult, so it
Right.
kind of protects you in that way. But the really cool thing about this fuse as well is you can flow between the options. So like, you know, you can hit this light, get into an air combo, switch to medium.
Yeah,
and all of a
yeah,
sudden,
okay, yeah.
it goes right into the other super.
Yeah,
Once
this is
people start
very
getting
similar to
comfortable,
Melty Blood.
switching, you know, between the different lines of auto combo within Pulse, then they can start maybe like, oh, cool, I can kind of get an idea of how this character's combos work. I can see the basic building blocks, you know,
Right.
what comes after what. Then they could try it on their own and maybe like lead into an advanced fuse.
And also all your manual options still work while you have this fuse.
I was gonna say, this whole time you've been on Pulse Fuse doing all these fancy combos and stuff, but like if you want to, you can also do the auto combo. So if you're playing with a friend who's new and they pick the Pulse Fuse and they're learning the game, then you can still do all the fancy stuff you want to do with your character.
One of the
Okay.
most important things
That's-
for us
that's-
is
wow,
being
that's
able to
really
play with
good.
friends. You know,
That
we're
is good.
hoping that this could also be one of those avenues.
You're not locked
to better
you're not
enrich the
locked
role-play
to,
experience
like,
when
the
someone's
modern
brand
controls.
new. They're having a good time. You're doing the more advanced stuff. You're actually playing the game together still. And again, like, they can take that next step at any time.
The option there is really, really nice, especially the onboarding is so much better when you have something like this that helps people out.
I actually find myself sort of dipping in and out of Pulse Fuse, like when we're testing a new champion, and I'm like, okay, what does this character do, right? And then I say, okay, these are my bread and butters. This is kind of what the champion's all about. And then I try to do it manually, and then I can quickly. It's just a quick way of onboarding to the character by playing and not like watching videos or.
Like anything, tell us what you think about it.
Yeah.
You know, when you're playing with it, you're trying it with different characters, when you're trying it with a friend.
Yeah, and that's something I'm really curious about is like when someone else plays it, if playing with their friend liked using it, or if their friend immediately jumped off and was like, cool, I'm gonna go do, you know, this now, and like I'm gonna learn the regular combos. I'm really curious what people think, and when I teach people the game, I will definitely recommend them to try this, right, at first. But I was gonna mention on your topic about gameplay changes, you mentioned Ari has changed quite a bit. So
Ari's
what's the difference
changed.
between the character
I was
from
looking into
before to
Ari,
now?
by the
Because
way.
for me,
Might
I
be a
didn't end up
character I
liking her
play in
because
this
I thought,
game.
well, this is gonna
I
take
think
me some
Ari
time.
looks really
Like,
cool.
she was a character that I was like, I think the floor is probably pretty high here. So when I have time at home, I'll learn the character. That was sort of the way I looked at her.
That's pretty crazy because you picked up Echo, which is like one of our more advanced characters, right?
Yeah. Well, I learned him and I didn't have time for Ari. That was kind of what happened. I was like, I'll spend my time on Echo, and then whatever everybody else does with Yasuo, I'll steal that.
Ooh, are we hurting each other for sports?
One thing we've heard a lot about Ari is that people love how she looks, how she plays.
Yeah, Ari looks
and then when they
amazing
play her,
in this
they're
game.
like, oh man, this is an ammo system I have to manage. This is a really hard hump to get over. And a lot of the feedback we got was, oh hey, when I hit this,
Nah, this
it
character's-
uses all my ammo up.
character's
And then I
crazy.
have to like find space to get it back. And most people can't do that, nor is it that exciting, right? So you still see the 3 Foxfire charges, but there's no more like using the ammo and then having to manually recharge it.
How's it
Before, when
work?
you hit S1, it would do a barrage of Foxfire blasts, and now it just shoots a single Foxfire. But if you hit it a couple times, she'll do multiple hits. So you can just like do something really acrobatic and fun and use her magic. But if you hit it a third time, she does this Rekka where you get paid, and she can continue the combo from there. And that's just because like, hey, I see this character and I want to use her, and I want to do something fun. And so the team did a really good job of giving you an opportunity to kind of like find this fun and
They
this
do.
cool outcome and these acrobatics, this magic right away. However, we still want to add the juice.
Right.
And so you can air dash after the second hit. So go ahead and try it. And you can put a mix on it, and it starts to get
Okay.
really fun.
Yo,
when
they've
you have
changed
this
up her
come out,
kit.
you know, as well. And then
They've changed up her
guess
kit.
what you're gonna do. But you know, there's counterplay. So if you do it again, and I was any good at it, we could show you the counterplay. So you know, you can. If
Yeah.
they're too predictable, you can hit her out of it. And she's also got a down S1. Before, this used to be a bomb that would use all of your charges, but now what it does is it you know, creates this shot that homes in on you after a
yeah,
delay.
yeah.
It's homing.
So you know, it's a little bit slow, but as
Oh
you'd
my
expect,
God.
you can actually do some really cool setups with it. So we'll go ahead and show you one just like
It's
quick
homing?
example here,
Okay.
where if you call the assist and you switch to him, that still hangs out on the screen.
Right,
And it's
yeah.
gonna
Oh
go
my
after you
God,
as
it's
well.
still
So
there.
Y'all
Yo.
show us what 6 setups you can do.
This
with
game's
thing.
gonna be
Yeah,
insane,
I think
man.
she's like visually, she's really, really cool, and obviously she's
This
really
game's gonna
popular.
be
People like the
crazy.
character a lot, so it makes a lot of sense that people will be picking her up and they're like, oh, cool, she's like so new. I want to play her. She's really awesome. And they try and are like, oh god, I don't know what's happening. So these changes, especially these 2 changes together, seem like you're trying to figure out ways for new players to jump in and then have access to things faster while retaining that kind of skill ceiling for people long term. Which I mean, you know, the last champion we saw at Lowry, obviously she has like the just
Lowry
frames and all
looks
kinds of wild
crazy.
stuff
Lowry
in her
looks
tentacles, and I
broken.
found that she was a really
I can't
complex
lie.
champ with a lot of things going on. So yeah, it is cool to see the design side of both of those things.
I sort of reject this notion that like if you make it good for beginners and it's sort of, you know, is bad for experienced players. We want both, right? And that's very hard. And with Ari, we saw that like we were really nailing it for like the high school players, but we were
Right.
just missing for like new skill players. And so now everything that Sean says is like, how do we like raise the bar for everyone?
We're just like wanting people to like get to the fun quickly, feel like they can have an impact right away, and then cool, get into that flow state. Let me just get one more. And it's very tricky, right? Because it's a team game. We have to think about duo play. If you kill one champion too quickly, how does that feel? And we're super interested to know from everybody playing and everybody watching, like, hey, like, what does the game feel like now? You know, did we go far enough?
Yeah, is the game too fast? Like, is everybody like, oh gosh, I got in there and died in 5 seconds? With versus games in general, when they're newer, the games tend to take a little longer because people don't have fancy combos and stuff, but yeah, people were developing them pretty fast, even from just like playing on show floors. Every time I've given you guys feedback, it's you've come back and been like, all right, we tried it, or we looked into it and like we thought it made a lot of sense, or we did this change, and so there's always like a feeling of whatever I'm saying is not just like, yeah, all right, you say that that's good, sure, guy. It does feel like, all right, this is what, you know, we heard what you were trying here, we tried it like this. So it is a cool feeling to know that that's being heard, and I'm looking forward to seeing what everybody says and what you guys get for feedback once the game is playable.
Yeah, we're literally making this game for you. Like the general, you, of course, but also the general you out there, right? But that's all there is to it, right? Like we're in it to make a game for the FGC that can be something that players enjoy for a really long time.
You've been talking a lot about feedback, you know, give everybody feedback. How do you give people feedback? How does that work? Do I just like send you a pigeon, or is there some kind of way that I communicate with Riot Games? I just write Dear Riot like it's Santa, or how does that work?
Right, so if you are in the playtest, we'll be sending out surveys, and so please fill out the survey. If you're not in the playtest, we're gonna let folks who are in the test stream, right? You know, we'll be watching social media. We're not just gonna look at the surveys, we're gonna look at sort of the broader conversation that's happening around this video game. The other important thing is, thank you everyone who signed up in the past. For this one, you're going to need to sign up again. Sorry about that. And the instructions and how to do all that, we just put out an article on our website, and it's also linked in the description of this video. So check that out. Please sign up again.
Yeah, sign up.
I'll have it linked in
Yeah,
my description
if
too
you've
for
already
you guys.
signed up, sign up again.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
I'm
I'll
sure
have it
everybody
linked.
is down to sign up again. I'll be signing up again. So who can get involved? Like, what places on the planet can I check this out? Is it everybody? Is it certain places? How are you rolling this out?
In this first one, we're starting with a few select regions. It'll be on PC and console. We'll widen that out as we get closer to launch. But for now, this is our first sort of contact with like the player base at large, and so we want to keep it a little bit contained. And this is sort of like an inflection point for us. Every single time players get their hands on this game, they teach us something new about it. And that's like our whole approach. We're literally making this game for the FGC. If you guys don't love it, then we're doing something wrong.
So we've been chatting about this for a little while. It
Yo, the
sounds
stick
like
they're playing on
everybody's
is
gonna be able
mad
to
thin.
sign up, get involved, which you guys have been encouraging everybody. There's an article they can check out, the YouTube description, wherever it is. Sign up, make sure you get in there. But what else is, should we be looking forward to in this? Is there gonna be more news, more information? Is it just like you guys are vanishing off the face of the earth until this thing is out? Like, what should I be looking forward to?
Yeah, for sure we'll have more information about like how this works and what's going to be in it in the weeks leading up to the test. And if you're going to EVO, you'll be able to take a sneak peek at the build there.
Nice, cool. So that'll be there, playable, local play is in.
It was playable at the
play
last
is
And
info
the side
too.
that local play exists.
Yeah, to be
Yes.
clear, that will just be the local play version of it,
Yeah.
and so all the around game stuff we talked about will come at the Alpha Lab moment.
This is our first step in sort of the next leg of the journey. As we get closer to launch, there'll be more of these. Not sure quite when. A lot of it will be based on what we learn from this test and how long it takes us to respond.
Sounds like a plan. So thanks for you two sitting down with me, inviting me in here to chit chat about the game. Thanks everybody watching at home. We'll catch you guys next time with more info on 2XKO.
Well, that is it for the reaction, man. What did you guys think of that? Me, honestly, it just sounds like they're taking the time with it, man. Even the fact that, characters got different, like characters have changed. They changed what's the name? Was it? Not Eloy. Ari. They changed Ari's toolkit now. It's different than what it used to be. Now, I've been following this game for a while, so I've seen most of the gameplay from all the different footage that's been up until now. And yeah, Ari's got different toolkit now. They're taking the time and they're asking questions. I don't know when this game's gonna come out, but I'm really excited for it. Hopefully they do a good job. Hopefully. Fighting games in general, there's always gonna be a toxic character or whatever the case. But I just hope it's manageable, and I just hope the game is good and has longevity. That's important. The game needs longevity, it needs creativity, it needs character expression more than anything. And I just hope it's a good game, man. Like I said before, the link to the registration is going to be in my description. So make sure you guys check that out if you guys want to register for the alpha playtest. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about the game, man. We'll be covering more 2XKO on the channel. When the game comes out, there will be content here on the game too. Now, appreciate everyone watching. If you guys enjoy the channel, make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe to the channel. We're almost on 2,000 subscribers. Maybe we've hit it by the time this video drops, who knows? But yeah, make sure you guys like and subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you guys in the next video, man. Peace.